Welcome back to another episode of Lengua de la Liga, Deadball TV's new show covering the Spanish top flight. If you want to see more videos about La Liga here on the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. Drop the video like if you could, and let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. We did a completely separate segment about the Madrid derby that will not be talked about much in this video. If you want to know what we think about Atleti 1, Real 1, we got a 20-minute video out now. Go check that out. Pause this one, open a new tab, yada, yada. The game that we must start with, the biggest shock, you could say, from this match week in La Liga, Osasuna becoming Barcelona's daddy, winning the game.
Don't do that.
4-2. Jose, what did you think about this match? Do you think that the result is being overblown, considering the fact that you started basically an entire back line full of teenagers in this match? Or do you think this is a genuine concern for Barcelona's title race?
All I want to say is when Barca beat Atleti, I want that little daddy comment rescinded. All right, we pull that shit back. We're gonna come back to reality. But
if it's 4-2, we will rescind it.
Done. I'll take that.
The only way.
At the Metropolitano, we will rescind
Context is important. Context is important. Nah, bro.
Always.
Look, I'll be honest. This is the most. How do I say this? This is the most okay you'll see me be with the loss all season, and the biggest reasons why. I said it in a group chat. Andre and I in before the game, an hour and a half before the game started, when I saw the lineup. Because I said to myself, I told you guys even before we recorded today, this goes one of two ways, right? You see the lineup, you see five rotations out of a first team that started against Getafe. I knew the rotations were going to come in one of these two games. We have young boys coming up in Champions League right after this, so I figured, okay, one of these two games, I would have preferred the rotation against Getafe. Biggest reason why is because we've said it, right? Bordalas' men, fucking haram ball merchants, they're going to sit back and they're going to just absorb pressure and play us on the break. There's really not going to be a ton of risk if we rotate first for some youth in our back line, rotate for some youth or some, versatile, non-primary positional play in the midfield. That's totally fine. But against Osasuna, against some of the players that they have away, them fighting for top four, them Betis and Bilbao, all of those guys kind of sitting from 4th to 8th right now in La Liga. All of those, any one of those teams right now could win top 4, 100%. It seemed naive from Hansi Flick to choose the rotations for this game. But I was like, you know what? Ahead of the game, let's just see what happens, right? Let's go into the game. Nothing, bro. I was proven technically right, I guess you could say, the first fucking 20 minutes, man.
Yeah,
first
immediately.
20 minutes, it was little mistakes. It was the team not even able to complete a string of 3 or 4 passes together. When you rotate that much all at once, it was very clear to me that this team just doesn't have a lot of experience playing together, no chemistry, and it just shows. And it also shows that Hansi Flick is going to experiment with Barcelona this season, right? As dominant as we've been in La Liga leading up to this point, 7 out of 7, and even now 7 out of 8. But this game just felt like experimentation that went wrong. He rotated wrong. He kept true to his principles with a team full of teenagers out there against an experience like Osasuna, against Brian Zaragoza, who was playing for Bayern Munich last season. I feel like at the end of the day, it was just an experimentation that was naive, that went horribly awry. And we had to pay for it. We had to suffer. And I'm glad it happened now. 2 La Liga games ahead of El Clasico coming next month. I'm not terribly mad at the outcome. I think now with the Madrid derby in the books, I'm definitely not mad at the outcome. I almost wish we would have beaten Osasuna to widen the gap. That would have been cool. But at the same time, I'm grateful for how things kind of played out this weekend across the league.
Just the disrespect to Osasuna, though, like from Hansi Flick. And
I
I think
I don't think it's disrespect, bro.
I know. I'm obviously being facetious here.
To do it away from home was weird. To do it away from home was weird.
That's what I was saying. Like,
but I
if
think
it was at home, cool.
It depends on the opponent. If this was like I said, if this was Getafe away from home, I'm not super mad at the rotations. If I'm being honest, it's just a matter of knowing your opponent, how they play. Getafe is not ever going to threaten possession in our midfield or threaten our backline much outside of breaks and counterattacks. Osasuna build up, and they will find a way to keep it played at a high pace, keep our midfielders chasing. Bro, we got Eric Garcia, and we have 2 non-pivots playing the pivot against Osasuna and protecting a team of a back line of youngsters. That's all I was going to say.
You've got a couple of ballers on Barca B, because I mean, obviously, I watched last season because Rafa Marquez was at the helm, and I was pretty surprised. Like I'm actually shocked that you guys haven't called anybody up that's like, made an impact yet. But it might, maybe injuries later down the line, we'll see. And obviously, it's Hansi Flick's first year, so that's another thing too. But you guys have depth, is my point.
For me, Dominguez at center back, I think is going to be while he didn't play well against Osasuna, and I mean he got beat on the first goal terribly. Like terribly, but I see a lot of potential in him. He's got a high ceiling as a defender. He's young, man, and that's the thing. Like we had a little bit of success with guys like Kubarsi, right? I love how insanely good of a center back he is, but it almost sometimes creates this naivete where you feel like I can do this with any youngster. I can pull anybody who's kind of gifted in that Barca B level, bring them up to the top flight, and without any of the experience needed to compete at that level, and our principles and our system will just they'll slot right in. I think this was that moment for Hansi Flick where he realizes that look, La Liga is not like that. This is a highly technical league. Some of these teams are very experienced. They know how to play against Barcelona, and you have to respect their fans, their stadium more than anything else. And so, am I glad this happened against fucking Osasuna and not Real Madrid, not Atletico, not any other side where we were in a position where we have to make up ground and get points? Yes, I am relieved at all of that. But at the same time, it did hurt, bro. It did hurt to watch fucking Brian Zaragoza out there balling against our youngsters.
I mean, lesson learned for Flick, right? Like, welcome to La Liga. That's literally what you should expect out of all the smaller fucking teams when you go play away. Like, that is a reality check right there.
That's why I asked the opening question. I'm like, is this result being, of course I made the joke, but jokes aside, like, given the context, is this defeat really that bad? And to flip it to the other side and put some respect on Osasuna, we said in the last episode, we didn't really say, but we questioned. We were like, okay, let's look at the table. Like, what teams are kind of being, who's a surprise right now? Are they for real? And like after this game, albeit against a B backside for Barcelona, is Osasuna legit?
I mean, definitely European contenders, the way that they've been playing, barring any injuries. Like, fuck yeah.
They've been legit for a couple of years now. They went to the Copa del Rey final 2 seasons ago. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, like they've got some players on there that just know this league very well. And that's the thing. Like, I think if you're brand new to watching La Liga, and you don't hear about some of these players when they talk about the Premier League, the Bundesliga, Serie A, anywhere else, these guys are highly technical ballers in a league that consistently pushes teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid and Atleti to the brink season in, season out. And then, when you think about outside guys like Hansi Flick coming into the league and approaching it, like they're just kind of there, obstacles in our way, doesn't really matter, shouldn't change who we are. Like Andre said, a massive learning moment. But I will say this: that
and still used to the Bundesliga.
Yeah. I mean, basically, yeah. But look at this. And it's something I want your guys' take on, because we have a couple more games, a couple more interesting weeks coming up before another big, really round of matches. Barcelona have Alaves and Sevilla ahead of El Clásico. We had a couple Champions League matches in there too, but those are the two big ones heading into the big one. If we're 9 out of 10 going into that game, to me, there's a lot of pressure from Real Madrid to get something out of that. And it's at the Bernabeu. Sure. Like, there's a massive amount of pressure. And Atleti will be sitting there waiting in the wings for the result. What happens? How does this affect our run? Can we take anything from this game if you're an Atleti fan? Like, these next few weeks into October are going to start creating some very interesting narratives.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll see where Osasuna is in the next couple of weeks. I mean, I was looking at the team. This is the thing with La Liga that I'm noticing with all like the tier 2 sides. Nobody can decide who wants to be that fourth best team, because everybody has some really good wins and some what the hell are these losses? Like Osasuna have beaten Barcelona, Celta de Vigo, Las Palmas, and Mallorca. If you look at the table, they've beaten the first team, 5th, 10th, and where did I say
last.
And
Bottom.
last. Okay, so everybody, dude, Las Palmas are horrible. Fun fact: if Villarreal beat Las Palmas tomorrow, they'll jump Atleti and they'll be 3rd. So they just keep on.
That's how
keep
close
on balling.
it is, though, bro. There's like 1 point. There's like 1 point between like 4th and 8th. So like you're gonna make some strides right now if you're getting results.
But they lost 4-0 to Girona and 3-1 to Rayo.
The 4-0 to Girona is shocking, and the biggest reason why is because Girona is just a shell of their former selves. We talked about it a lot.
We talked about
it.
I don't know. Like I couldn't even answer where their goals are going to come from. They pumped in 4 on Osasuna. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of wild.
They almost had it against Celta de Vigo, but
they did. Yeah.
Can we talk about Valencia?
Mr. Inevitable.
I don't talk about Valencia, bro, anymore. I already my hot take for the season. They're absolute dog shit.
The 3-0 at.
I've sold my stocks, and they're no longer even in my peripherals. Get them out of here. Valencia is so far gone, bro. It's insane,
dude. That is crazy, though. We can talk about this. Is the first time for Real Sociedad. By the way, the game is 3-0 for those listening. First time they've scored more than 1 goal since the last game of last season.
Wild.
Yeah, that's pretty shite. I don't know who this Oscarson guy is, but he was trending after the game. Maybe they should play him more often because he came on late and got a brace.
100%. How about my boy Fubo though? Or Kubo?
Hey, there was a moment that Kubo was responsible for 50% of Sociedad's goals, and then the Oscarson kid came on and said, "Give me that." Yeah, just completely pushed Kubo out of the starting lineup. Yeah. No, but Sociedad, you know who they play next week?
Who they got?
Atleti. Yes, sir.
Is it away?
That's why next week's so big. Next couple weeks are so big, bro. So big.
Yeah, where's the game?
Yes, it's away for Atleti.
Bro, so get this next week, bro. This is the fucking plate on our agenda, lads. So Sociedad Atleti at home, Sevilla get Betis at home. Barca travel to Alaves. That's a great one. Okay. Barca travel to Alaves, dude. Girona and Bilbao at Girona. That's gonna be.
Oh, that's a 5-4.
Yeah, that's a fucking juicy one, bro. Real Madrid, Villarreal. Holy shit. Valladolid and Vallecano. Vallecano has to make up a little bit after that crazy result. We should talk about that a little bit too, by the way. Bro, and Las Palmas and Celta de Vigo.
Dude,
like all these games, bro, coming in next weekend.
Next weekend?
Nice. Dude,
yeah.
I love it.
Clear of the Premier League with that fixture list. That is actually crazy, dude. That Villarreal, Real Madrid is going to be
tasty,
vicious, bro.
I feel like you know what's crazy? I don't know why. I smell a Pino masterclass incoming. I don't know.
Not at the Bernabeu. Not the Bernabeu.
He's so inconsistent, bro. He's so inconsistent. But like, I feel like he wants to prove that he's like at a Real. He sees Brahim Diaz doing it, and he's like, "Fuck it, bro. I'm at that level. 100%. I could prove that I could."
If they drop points against Las Palmas tomorrow, holy shit, dude.
Las Palmas win. That's gonna be insane. Oof. I'm kind of feeling Ayosi Perez brace next week against Real Madrid. Bro. I think it. I think it's time. I think it's time.
I don't know, man. Is it the Bernabeu, so it's different? If this is
what I'm saying.
At La Ceramica, I'd be talking right now about, hey, be nervous. It's a fucking trap game.
Yeah, I'm not.
But the Bernabeu will help. It'll help.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Andre, you want to talk about Vallecano Leganes? 1-1 Leganes.
Dude, I was actually following that game. Shocking result. Not gonna lie.
I didn't get to watch. Do you think 1-1 was fair?
It was pretty even. Yeah. Let me pull up the stats, but I think it was pretty. Yeah, like possession 54-46, shots 15-13. I mean, Leganes was like growing in the game, even though Rayo Vallecano was winning 1-0 8 minutes in.
I didn't see the first half, but the second half, based on what I heard Vallecano just kind of fell off.
Yeah,
like,
so it was a tale of two halves, 100%.
Yeah, it was Leganes just kind of like I wouldn't even say grew into it, just out of nowhere coming out of the half. They kind of just finally woke up, I guess you could say, and turned it on a little bit.
And it was they scored, and I think it was the 55th or something like that. So like again, you could tell that Rayo Vallecano kind of set back, and they're like, "Fuck it, we got the result in the bag." And holy shit, dude, don't sleep on Leganes.
James got 60 though.
Vallecas, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
At the Vallecas, which is kind of crazy.
James got surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many golden bombs do you have?
Got a fucking yellow card, bro.
Out of here, bro.
Yeah, that's the bulk of of it. I mean, look, I think he'll improve this team. He'll improve this team. It's just he's 33, bro. He's 33.
It's my boy,
dude. I'm a Colombia national team simp. Okay, I will go to bat about every single Colombian national team player. I have serious doubts about Club James, so we'll see. I mean, it's just one game against Leganes.
Hey, Isco did it.
Right,
that's
like
true.
Everybody's like, "Oh, Isco's done, whatever."
But we're not comparing James, bro. You can't compare James to Isco. Isco's like a generational baller,
bro. I know,
like a generational baller.
He did it for Betis. I could see James doing it for Vallecano. It wouldn't be like
fans twerked for James because he had a fantastic World Cup, and he's ridden that momentum ever since. I think Isco was like legitimately could have been, bro. Like he was the one midfielder I want on that prime Barcelona team.
Everybody said
that didn't play for Barca. Like I would have taken Isco like that.
In a heartbeat,
easily, bro. He was so fucking good.
I also think that a lot of people respect James. I mean, they both had pretty shitty injuries, but I think James was kind of like, oh shit, is he done? Like, is his career over? So seeing a James resurgence would be fucking awesome. Yeah,
that would be sick. That would be good for CONMEBOL to see as well. You know what's kind of been crazy, and I don't think we've even mentioned this team yet. 3 episodes in, but I'm going to debut them now. Is Mallorca? Who won 2-1 over Valladolid.
Oh, way.
They've won 4 of the last 5. Brother, are they in 5th place right now?
They are. That's what I'm saying. Bro, this weekend, they could be top 4. They could be top 4 by the end, depending on what happens to Bilbao.
What I'm going to say is Javier Aguirre started the trend. I know he's not there anymore, but that motherfucker saved him from relegation.
Why are we doing this? Like,
all credit goes back to the Mexican national team.
No, why are we doing this, bro?
I was gonna literally ask. I was gonna say, is this good or bad for Aguirre's legacy that they've started to ball out despite
when he's gone
leaving?
No, I think it's good, dude.
One of the shining spots for sure
in the league.
He's got some peaks and valleys in that legacy, if we're being fucking honest. But it's better for his legacy. Sure, I'll take that.
That'd be crazy to see what they can do. They've only lost to Osasuna 1-0, which, as we saw from this past weekend, is actually a pretty good result.
It is really good.
So, dude, Mallorca,
you'll see Osasuna. Look, they're gonna be a team that goes in and out, right? Like they just will be. I think with Osasuna, like they'll be very competitive in the domestic cup competitions. They'll be a team who will get up for the big game against either Madrid team and Barcelona, like we just saw. Like we'll see it 100%. Yeah. But I think like anyone who's looking at this result and be like, bro, they clap Barcelona's cheeks. They're absolutely gonna be top 4. Calma. Like, it's just relax. There's a reason Brian Zaragoza had to come back to Spain a year after going to Bayern Munich. So just calm down.
I got a question for y'all.
Yeah.
And this is the last one I got in the chamber. We're 7 games in now. Who is the best signing of the La Liga season so far?
Ooh, that's a great fucking question.
The best signing?
Go ahead, Andre. Say Mbappe. It's all right.
Not yet.
Oh, bro.
Come on, bud.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Dude, that's a good question. I'm looking
Tell you what, bro. Hey, low key, it might be Dani Olmo. It might.
No, it's not. That is,
bro. It might straight up be Dani Olmo. Go
right now.
Look at
Connor
the per
Gallagher
90 impact. The per 90 impact is insane.
I think Connor Gallagher's
had a better season than Dani Olmo so far.
All right, I'm gonna do this off the dome here. I'm gonna put Dani Olmo. I'm gonna say he's been the 4th best.
Ooh, not even top 3.
No, bro. You know who's number 1?
Let's hear top 3. Start
3rd, 2nd, 1st. Don't tell me 1st yet.
I think 1 and 2. Wait, start at 5th. You said?
No, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Like, give me your top 3.
Okay, 3rd. I'm going to say Lenormand for Atleti.
Solid. Good shout.
2nd, and this is where y'all got to jump in the comments because I think 1 and 2 are neck and neck. But 2, I'm going to say Ayosi Perez.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ayosi Perez, really?
He's had impact. Dude, how many goals?
He's good.
Isn't he top 4 right now?
Brother, he's got 6 goals in 7 games. What you want from him?
Okay, again, we're talking
about what you want from
or do you want me to like elaborate on that more? Because again, the volume of goals is fine. You're gonna get those games in La Liga. What I'm saying is like impact. And where is the team as a byproduct of these 6 goals?
Impact. I mean, they're about to be in 3rd if they beat Las Palmas tomorrow.
It's a big if.
Come on, I don't know. You're straight hating right now. Why are you doing that to the Yellow Submarine?
I'm just saying the Yellow Submarine seemingly's gotten a little bit more chaotic, a little bit. I don't know, bro. Like I think last year they had a more solid start to La Liga than they had this season, in my opinion.
Well, that's because he has Nicolas Pepe next to him.
Another good shout.
So
not for signing of the season.
No, not for signing of the season, but another decent signing. With you look at impact outside of numbers. When he streaks down the field, how many times he broken free into space behind the back line and created problems. Okay. Now he's Nico Pepe and his finishing is not that great. So, but
as you would know,
as I would know. By the way, interesting stat. At this point, both Jack Grealish and Nico Pepe have about the same starts in the Premier League. Nico Pepe has better numbers, so do with that what you will.
NBD.
One cost 100 million, one didn't. So anyway, go
ahead. Nicola Pepe, he's wanting me back. He's wanting me back. Also, I despise City. So if every player goes there, the numbers.
There we go. That's how I do it. That's how I do it. There you go.
Oh God.
I think Ayosi Perez is a good. I'm not saying it's a bad shout. Maybe it's too.
Dude, he's
maybe
cemented top 5.
Yeah, but maybe it's also too soon to be talking about like signing impact. But yes, so far so good. So far so good.
Jose, that's why the question was after X amount of games.
Let me ask you
the best timing.
Let me ask you, Ayosi Perez or Gio Lo Celso?
Lo Celso's my number 1.
Oh, okay, there you go. Perfect. I think that's a better shout. That's a better shout.
And he's number 1 because Betis are genuinely dead going forward without him. Whereas I think with Villarreal, Ayosi Perez, he still missed a lot of chances, but they still have ballers around them to kind of like.
I mean, and the way they play chances. Too. Like
Abde's pretty good for Betis, bro. Abde's pretty. He's actually been lighting it up from my perspective. Like on the wing, granted he's not a 10 like Lo Celso is, but I feel like Abde has been.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, he runs with like insane amounts of power. Obviously, I'll be a little bit biased, I guess, in that because he's a former Barcelona player. But like, I don't know, man. I think Abde, if worst case scenario, they can always go to him to be the creator if Lo Celso's not there. So maybe Ayosi Perez deserves a little more love. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing that stands out for me for Ayosi is that Sorloth scored 26 goals for Villarreal last year. So my big question for them coming into the season is like, where the fuck are those 26 goals going to come from? And the fact that he's had 6 goals in 7 games or whatever it is, like that's solid. That's a really good start of the season. I mean,
that's incredible. This is Ayosi Perez, bro. He wasn't even that good at Leicester.
No. Remember when he was like the shit at Newcastle for like half a season?
No.
All I'm saying is read into those thoughts that you just echoed, Jack. He wasn't even this good at Leicester. So just again, calma, give it time.
Why can't we just? I'm here for redemption stories.
Yeah,
dude, what was his transfer even? Was it like $3? I'm serious. Like
you can have him.
What was Ayosi Perez?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his fee was. I don't know what his fee was. It's a good question.
Also, I just checked. Lo Celso's leading Betis in chances created as well.
Yeah.
So
the banger he scored, was it against Girona?
They flopped, bro. They dropped points afterwards.
It was honestly, and he avoided a red card in that game too because he was going to get red card, and then they pulled him back. That's who it was. And I was watching that game thinking, like, dude, where did this banger come from? My second thought was, how the fuck did Barcelona not even go after this guy in the market when he was free? But beyond all of that, he'll be important. But I think Betis got to figure their shit out outside of that. Like, I don't know what's going on. They have to figure it out.
So that's my top 3.
Yeah,
Lenormand.
Those again per 90. I still think Dani Olmo's been fucking insane. Scoring every single game he's played. But like, yes, I hear those other shots too.
I'll put it forward.
By the way, the fee was $4 million for Ayosi Perez.
That sounds about right.
I mean, the best $4 million you could spend though. Like, if you spend
that ROI is crazy.
Fucking take it.
I mean, also, outside of maybe what Joselu might have been like a decently better shot than that for bang for buck.
No, that's fair. By the way, Ayosi Perez was at Newcastle for 5 seasons, 179 appearances.
Hey, no one really remembers what his time was like. It sounds like Miguel Almiron to me. I don't know why.
It's kind of like Miguel Almiron.
Yeah, Miguel Almiron is like the same way. Like when you tell someone he's been there for 5 years, you're like, really?
How the fuck? I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for me, it's kind of crazy how Lo Celso just never did anything for Spurs. And we loaned him to like Villarreal. He cooked. Now he's at Betis. He's cooking again. It's like, is he one of those players where you just cannot translate that skill set to the Prem, or was it a Spurs problem? Like, I genuinely don't.
I think it's a Spurs. I think it's a team specific problem. That's what I thought. It's like It's like when Madrid with Odegaard, Real Madrid with Odegaard, perfect example, right? It's like, I don't know, maybe they didn't like him or whatever the case may be, or he didn't fit with. Keep in mind, right? He was also coming up at a time when it was prime Cruz, Casemiro, Modric. So like, finding somewhere for that guy to fit in is gonna be super tough. But like, you knew he was a baller. He did it at Sociedad. He went on his first loan stint with Arsenal. Like, he was gonna find a landing place. And take Lo Celso. I'm glad he did. I just think Betis deserves to be a little bit better than they are right now. But that's not his fault. He's kind of carrying that side at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Literally doing everything that he possibly could. Last fun fact I have for you guys. How many of the current top 10 goal scorers in La Liga do you think are from Barcelona?
Let me guess.
Right now.
Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal,
Lewandowski.
Rafinha.
That's it.
Donnie's got, bro. Donnie to me is like, I said it before. If I'm right about this, it's kind of wild. He's got to be. I feel like he's 9th or 10th.
You might be walking into the kitchen, Jose.
Because let me cook, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
It is Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo's.
Yeah. I'm telling you,
I love it.
Yeah. Look, man. Everyone knows like Hansi Flick has this offense moving. It's just a matter of like nailing down, I guess, who our long-term defenders are going to be. But got a lot of kids back there. We'll see.
Yeah, 40% of the top 10 goal scorers in La Liga currently are Barca players. Just absolutely insane. But we'll see.
Also, can we go back? Can we go? Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
Yeah.
Finish your
No. I was going to say we'll see what Alaves have to say about that next week.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hopefully.
Last week we talked about obviously the gaping hole that Marc-Andre ter Stegen is leaving, right? So how do you feel about the new prospect here, Jose?
Iñaki Peña or Chesney?
No, Chesney.
Okay, so Iñaki Peña, same way I felt about him last fucking 2 years,
Chesney,
bro. I mean, like, it is what it is.
You
were 4 goals in against Osasuna.
The shot for Keylor Navas was fair, I would say. Heard a lot of rumors, but Chesney came kind of out of nowhere.
Hey, I saw a lot of Real Madrid fans throwing the word rat out there on the timeline.
I know.
I thought that was really interesting. It's kind of the expected criticisms, if you will. But look, with Chesney, he's technically fresh off of playing, more fresh, if you will, in terms of when he decided to retire. A little bit younger, got the Polish connection with Lewandowski. Look, I think the issue was with me coming in between those two was that there were rumors that Chesney was not coming in to be a backup. Like part of the negotiations were he wanted there to be at least, at a minimum, a clear path to him competing for the number 1 spot, which I like. I love hearing that, obviously. The big issue is, right, is like, Iñaki Peña has already been there, knows Flick system. There's nothing really to kind of get up to speed with. His distribution is okay. As growing up and obviously as a Barcelona player, he's probably got a slightly better distribution than Chesney. But I honestly, we know what to expect from Peña. We know what he's going to give us or not give us in a lot of cases. I think we got to give Chesney a shot. I'm waiting for the international break. We got to give Chesney a shot now that we're signing him. We got to give him a shot, see what he can do against a team that should be fairly comfortable, but will still relatively test him. So I don't know, man. Champions League game would probably be not my favorite option, but I'd be okay with it with his experience. Mm-hmm. So he's bringing a lot to the table that I think we need. But part of me almost wonders, could we have waited till January to go after an actual option, a longer term option? Alvaro Valles from who did you say it was? Las Palmas, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm. Las Palmas,
yeah. Can we go after a meaningful option, or even shit? I'm looking in hindsight. Could we go back to summer and sign Mamardashvili before he went to Liverpool? Yeah, I don't know. A lot of what ifs right now, but
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not mad at it. Between him and Keylor, as long as we didn't fumble it, go for someone that made absolutely no sense just to appease a player in the locker room, that would have actually tilted me fully. But no, this to me, it's the logical choice. Yeah, logical choice.
It is solid. I think it's solid. And I guess we'll have to see how it plays out going forward for Barcelona. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end the episode there. We hope you enjoyed the most recent episode of Lengua de la Liga. If you don't want to miss next week's episode, make sure you hit subscribe. If you're listening on streaming platforms, please give the podcast a 5-star rating. Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Check out Jose and Andre. I'll put their social media links in the description of this video. You can follow them on Twitter and check out Goals TV. We appreciate y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.